Am I just?
Yeah, we just chopping it up.
Oh, okay.
Today I got somebody special in the building with me, man. Not only is he a writer, an actor, director, he does it all when it comes to the film industry. But he has an awesome story, you know what I'm saying, that we finna unpack today. So before we get into all of that, man, welcome to another episode of A Different Perspective podcast. I'm your host, Mike Green, and my guest today is none other than Trey Williams. How you doing?
What's going on?
What
Doing
up,
good. I'm
though?
doing good. What up? What up? What up?
Man, I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's early,
Yeah,
but I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be here.
yeah. You know, I like to get it in early, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've been up since like three something.
Is that like a everyday thing, or like, are you be excited for doing the show? You be
Nah,
excited
this
or just
this this every day. But I be excited every day at 3:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the reason for that is, throughout the day you have all the hustle and bustle. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I got kids, they always running around, but it's something magical about 3:30 in the morning. Everything be quiet, it
slow.
be still. I can meditate, I can really just,
Yeah,
get to myself and think. And by the time 6 o'clock come around, I done did more by then than most people to do all day. You know what I'm
yeah, and
saying?
it also leaves you time like later on to do stuff with your kids,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah, so
yeah,
it's crazy. I get up. I have to be sleep early to get up at 3, but for the most part, sometimes I start my day at like 5:30, five
yeah.
thirty, 6. Just depends on what I got to do. I'd be excited like today. I was excited, so I got up early.
Man, I
Yeah.
appreciate you. I'm excited too, though. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, we got to talk about Armstrong. We say, but before we get there,
Yeah.
we got to build up to that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't know who Trey is. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I was introduced to you by my guy Kelly Court Tony. You know what I'm saying? Tony said, man, you need to tap in with Trey, man. He got a hell of a story. And he ran it all down to me. And I was like, hey, get him on the phone. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So let's go on and give it to him, man. Who is Trey Williams?
Trey Williams is a award-winning filmmaker, film award. Also, college graduated from HBCU, Drivers Christian University. An ex-athlete. I played baseball and basketball in college, and I'm a father too.
Yeah,
Before anything, so
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, how did you grow up? Where did you grow up? How was life growing up for
yeah.
you?
Well, I had a mixture of both worlds because my aunt, who I don't call my aunt, my mom, that's who raised me up until I was like 8 or 9, and then I moved to Beaumont with my grandmother for like a year and a half, and then I moved back to Houston. But I know when I was an infant and a baby, of course I'm from Fifth Ward, but I ended up moving. My mom ended up giving me to my aunt so they could raise me.
Yeah,
And then once I left Beaumont, I came back to Houston in sixth grade, back to Fifth Ward. And then, so I had a balance. My aunt, which is I call my mom, they had money, so I had a balance. But when I moved back to my
yeah,
mom, she was real like I don't want to put out there, but she was a big drug. She was a big drug dealer, a big person in the streets.
yeah.
And so
She
I had
hustled.
a yeah, she hustled. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. She
Let me
hustled.
look. Let me ask you this. Most guys, most males, they first introduction, or the close introduction to hustling usually be a male.
Yeah.
So how was it having like your mama as the hustler?
It was a little shock because everywhere I would go when I did move back with my mom, I was a little older. So when I got ready, when I was around her, I started to be out with her more, like in the streets. Like she would be in Studewood a lot. She'd be like different places, and I'd be like, everybody knew my mom, and I started hearing about all these stories how she was beating up men and hustling, and then I started to see the traffic too from like her hustling. I'm like, damn. I'm like, my mom was serious. And everywhere we go, everybody knew who my mom is. So I learned from her. I didn't really have my biological father because he was incarcerated.
Yeah. So what was he incarcerated like the majority of your childhood?
Majority of my life, actually.
Yeah.
And I hate to see it, but yeah, like majority of my life, he's been incarcerated. But it's crazy because he's actually I'm more like him than I even imagined. But because the story with that is, I didn't even know he was my actual dad until I like I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
So I thought somebody else was my biological father, aside from the man that actually raised me. So I had a lot going on growing up, and when I finally realized he was my biological father, I started to realize he was in the streets too. So that both my mom and my dad was like it was hustlers basically.
How old was you when you like had that first interaction, or when you got introduced to your real pops?
Uh, so this what happened. I met him. I can't even remember the exact age, but I think I was a teenager. But once I met him, I only would came around like maybe 2 or 3 times, and then he went to jail again. And then once he got out, I mean, once he was in jail again, that time my mom told me somebody else was my biological father. So I got to know them for years. I thought that was who my biological family was. So I had a whole other family this whole time. And
Yeah,
then she finally told me she was mad at my dad told me, my biological father told me that she was mad at him. That's why she told him that. And them two actually ran and they were both in prison.
yeah,
The guy I thought was my father and the one that was actually my biological father, they actually ran into each other in prison.
yeah.
So this whole it's a crazy story. I'm trying to make sure I remember right, but that's from what I remember. That's what happened.
Okay, so like you from Fifth Ward.
Yeah,
What was Fifth Ward like growing up back then?
it was cool for me because like when you playing sports, like I wasn't the kid that was hanging on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
for the most part, if it was so big that you got on the other side of the freeway, you have Liberty Road and all. I didn't grow up on this side. I was on Fulton and Irvington.
okay,
And my grandfather, his siblings, all of them was from like Collinsworth around that area. So my grandfather, all of them were from Fifth Ward as well. Um, I played sports. I played so many sports that I didn't really even have time to even be in the street like that. I didn't really get involved with that like until like later on because I actually moved from Fifth Ward and went to other schools after my 10th grade year.
you was a good athlete.
Yeah.
What?
Anybody went to Jeff Davis, See, Jeff Davis, we had like a lot of Hispanic athletes, and Wheatley had all the black. They had the best athletes at that
Yeah,
school, and they was our rivals. But for my school, for sure, because there wasn't that many black athletes. So it
yeah.
was like I want to say I was top three. Basketball, I want to say I had to be one or two the year I played. Football would be Jarrell, Tim, and then me. I would feel like four skill players, and every
Yeah.
year for 7-on-7, I was definitely leading interceptions. So I was definitely one of the top
You
athletes.
you was him.
Yeah, I was definitely him. Anybody went to school with me, and people from Fillmore know if they was in high school around that time, then they know.
Did you have aspirations of going pro?
I did. I did. I wanted to. Shit, honestly, I just wanted to graduate. I didn't even like school growing up, so my whole goal was just graduating until like my senior year. I was like, man, I want to go to college. Well, my sophomore year, I was getting letters.
Yeah,
I didn't want to go for football, but I know that basketball was the sport that came most natural to me.
yeah.
And then baseball came later on once I left Davis. I went to another school and I played baseball. So I did. My 10th grade year, I did want to play. I started when I moved to Atlanta. I started to train because I had an opportunity after my college years to. So you play in college, you eligible for the draft, yeah,
Right.
as you know. And so I wanted to do that, but I ended up not finishing my year. I ended up getting into entertainment. I was like, I'm burnt out of sports, and I just left it alone. But I definitely wanted to go pro. I think that's all I go. When you come from that environment, is
Yeah.
to go pro if you have the skills to do it.
Okay. So growing up in Fifth Ward, with all the Fifth Ward was rough back in the game.
We hooped though.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't really, to be honest with you, bro. Like when I lived on Fulton, I lived in one of them. I still want to see my mom on the street. She kept, I don't know how she did it, but she kept us in a nice like crib, It
Yeah.
was so, but of course my friends from Hardy and all that stuff. So I still was kind of like out, but I wasn't having to wake up every day and look at a super like, bad environment or some of the bandos that we see at traps we see at Fifth Ward. Of course, I seen it in middle school because I went to Benji's at on Jensen when it was called Benji's across the
Yeah.
street from the Prince Gym. But other than that, bro, I really just played basketball, bro. I played sports. We would go to Moody Park every day. I really didn't go hang out like that because I was playing some every season, so I really didn't hang out like that.
So how did you end up getting in trouble?
Once I left Davis, because to be honest, everybody went to Davis with me. Know I hate to say it, and this is a part of my story, but I had a badass attitude, bro. Them
What
coaches
what
couldn't
you what
stand
you
me.
what you think that came from though?
I didn't like living. To be honest with you, I didn't like being with my biological mother. I didn't like being in a household. Like I just never wanted to go home, and I was just like, I felt like I wasn't getting the attention I felt like that I wanted because there was a lot of kids. I felt like I just didn't want to be there, bro. So I was just like, and then the support wasn't always there. I had other people, parents supporting me at games and stuff like that, and for me, I just like this, and I just didn't want to be there, bro. So I always had a badass attitude. You couldn't tell me nothing in high school.
How many of y'all was it? How many
Biological
siblings? Yeah.
siblings, 7. But I count all my cousins, like I said, my uncle that raised me, 'cause that's who all was part of my upbringing. I got like 10 or 11 siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you fit in as far as your immediate siblings?
I'm the third oldest out of seven.
Yeah. So
I feel like the black sheep a lot for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I felt like that. But looking back on it, maybe because my mom didn't raise me, and I think I always felt like a way about that. Like, why you didn't keep me? Why was I,
mm,
why you gave me away and you kept, so I think, and I look back on it now, I'm kind of glad because that was the best decision she could have made for me. 'Cause I don't know what my thought process would have been like just
yeah,
having learned stuff from her. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I got a perspective on a wide range
yeah.
of different parts of life. So
It's crazy that you say that because a lot of times, man, it'll be kids that or women or men that have kids by certain people, right?
yeah,
And that individual may choose to stay out their life. And while the process is going on, you upset because the baby daddy ain't coming around or the baby mama ain't coming around. Not realizing, man, that might have been the best thing because if they did come around, they probably would have corrupted the child even more. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
so you ended up going to jail, right?
Yeah, yeah. And my like later on in high school, for sure. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna say this. And nobody really knows this, but I'll say this. So I graduated high school 2 years late. A lot of people don't know that, and most the reason for that is because my family moved to Florida. My biological family moved to Florida,
Yeah,
and I ended up staying behind. I don't want without saying too much or put my family out there like that, but I did end up staying behind, and I didn't really hear from them when they left. So I had to fight and struggle to even graduate, and I was going place to place, so I couldn't stay at the school long enough. Cause I
yeah,
ended up going to like 5 or 6 high schools after I left Davis,
yeah,
after my sophomore year. So I ended up graduating 2 years late, and that's when I ended up. I was not a survivor. I ended up getting into stuff like that in the
yeah.
streets. What led me to be to jail. So what happened was I ended up being homeless in high school, and
Wow.
I had to. I basically stole something from Walmart because I had got a job. I had stole some money 'cause I needed to get an apartment.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting. I didn't get an apartment. People forged me an apartment, and they said I was student at Prairie View. And I had the cash because in Houston, if you got the money, cash, you could pretty much get anything done. So I really only went to jail because I stole money out of survival,
Yeah.
which is still no excuse for it because wrong is wrong. But they did, but I actually go to jail for it, so I got to college. And they said, if you pay this money back, because I was on pretrial diversion.
Right.
So I ended up not paying the money back, and I ended up doing 2 months in the county, then I did 4 months in state jail. I was downtown first, and then I went to Pam Lynchner. Now, anybody that's been in the system know about Pam Lynchner. That's dope. To me, I ain't been nowhere to state jail except for downtown. I think
Task
downtown when I went,
Casita.
it was new.
Yeah.
So it was better, but I ain't want to work. So
Yeah.
they woke me up. They said, "Oh, you don't want no job?" I said, "I ain't finna work." They woke me up at 5 in the morning. They shut my ass to put the worst state jail. Got to be the worst with no AC and about 40 people in the dorm. So,
Yeah.
but every time, but it's crazy because while I was there, bro, everybody that was talking to me was like, "Bro, you ain't supposed to be in here. Like, you ain't supposed to be in here." So I survived. That's how I ended up getting into other things that I was telling you about off
Yeah.
camera, and then also going to jail. And if you know, like once you go to jail, you're gonna get in one of them cars. You don't have to. It's just out of survival. So that's how I ended up getting into those other parts of my life.
Yeah. Okay. So what was college like? You know, coming from the hood, you know what I'm saying? And then being by yourself, first of all, and still working towards graduation and then graduating and then getting into college. What was that like being around such a diverse environment?
Yeah, so what actually prepared me for college? Because again, like I told you before, I didn't even like school. Because at the black school, you good enough and you really good, they're gonna make sure you pass so you can play. So I was just doing average. But I'll tell you, the last year, because I took 2 years, I graduated 2 years late. So my final year of high school, I went to a school called Cypress Woods in Cypress,
Yeah.
and it's predominantly white school, really mostly all white school. And that's actually the school that prepared me for college.
Yeah.
Once I got to school, I realized like, damn, this shit is so easy. Like this is not hard at all. And when I got there, I realized, shit, I'm one of the smartest people in here. All I had to do was apply myself.
Yeah.
So I got prepared for college by going to that final school that I went to. And so, but it was a culture shock being one of the few black people at that school I went to, coming from all black schools. I went to the biggest black schools on the north side,
Yeah.
and to go to that school. And I was like, damn. And I look back on my journey now, I'm like, damn, that's cool. That's actually prepared me for college.
So when you got to college, what kind of student was you in college? Was you about your business or
I was about my business
Okay.
because I knew like college is a little different. Some of them professors they gonna pass you because they want you to play,
Yeah.
but you really got to do the work though. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like you really have to. They're not just gonna give you no grades, bro. Like you might have one or two teachers that might be on your ass even more just because they know athletes think they special and they want
Yeah.
to make your ass overwork.
Yeah.
And so I got a shock from that, you know. And I went in there, I went on all my shit. I'm gonna be honest. I went in there saying, you know what, I'm smart. Shit, it's actually cool to be smart.
Yeah.
Because growing up,
Say
like I
that,
said, I didn't
man.
care.
Say that. Say
It's
that.
very, very, very cool to be smart, bro.
Yeah. Because we live in an environment right now where if you're smart, you considered lame. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
for
it makes
sure.
and it makes a lot of these kids, man, not want to use the intellect. You know what I'm saying? It dumbs a lot of these kids down. We have very, very, very bright minds, but they don't think it's cool to be like smart. They don't think it's cool to be educated. So let's talk about you diving into the movies. When did that come about?
That came about in 2014. So I was going to Jarvis Christian University, and then I ended up transferring to Clark, Atlanta to play basketball.
Yeah.
Once I left Jarvis, I played for like a semester, and that's when I said I got burnt out. I was like, man, I'm over. I'm over just playing. And then, yeah, my brain just literally just went dead. What was the question again? My bad. I'm so into it.
Getting when did you start with the
Oh,
filming?
okay, yeah. So 2014, I went to Clark. Once I moved to Atlanta to play basketball for Clark. Well, when I went down there, nobody knows. I wanted to be the next Tyson Beckford. I wanted to be the best print model in the world. I was like, one day I'm gonna be Tyson Beckford. Like, I don't know. I just was in my mind. So I was like, what place could I go? So when I moved to Atlanta, I figured I could do all of it.
Yeah.
And then, so when I went to this meeting, it was a model and acting meeting, and this guy named Robert Creighton was there, and he was an actor. He was like, I guess the way I was dressed, he was like, "Hey, you an actor?" I was like, "Nah, but I tried. How much they paying?" I was just joking, and he
Yeah.
gave me a script and said he gave me for about 10 minutes explaining to me what to do, and he gave me about another 10 minutes. I came in the room and I did it in front of all the people, and I killed it. He was like, "See." And it's crazy because that turned out to be a fake ass meeting. It was actually they was getting over on people because I actually paid to go to this. I'm thinking I didn't know no better. I paid to go to this, and it turned out to be a bad ass meeting. It wasn't even real.
Yeah.
And I'm
You
like,
got
I
scammed.
got scammed basically.
You did good at the scam.
I did good at the scam, and that really changed the trajectory of my life.
Yeah. How so? How so? Elaborate.
Because my first year getting into this shit, bro, like I worked with Tyler Perry. The first thing I ever got called for was being Mary Jane, bro. I'm talking about within the first 3 months of me being in the industry. I'm like, with no training.
Yeah.
I made it to the finals because I lived in a house with 5 people in West Atlanta. I mean on the west side. That's right around the corner from Clark. And one of my roommates' name was JJ. He was an actor. He's a big actor right now. He's one of my roommates. I was in a house full of creative people. So
Yeah.
he taught me a little how to do auditions. He kind of showed me. Should I start doing auditions for bigger roles than him for the same movies he was auditioning for? He had been doing it years before me.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, I must got something. And I made it to the finals, bro, for Being Mary Jane. If you ever seen Being Mary Jane, this was the first season when the show was huge.
Yeah.
With Gabrielle Union. It was huge. I made it to the finals, bro, for a role with no fucking experience.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I got some. I got some. Let
Yeah.
me let me start diving into this shit. So after that, I took about 6 months to just research the business of it. Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, once I found out the meeting was a scam, I said, well, I can't continue to do that shit. So let me get smarter. And I researched everything I can find, how much agents cost. You pay them up front or you don't pay them up front. So that's why I was able to kind of advance kind of faster in my career because I took the time
To educate yourself.
educate myself. Yeah.
So look, man, I ain't finna let you just breeze right past that like you ain't just say what you just said.
Yeah.
You come from Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
How you get plugged in with Tyler Perry, man?
Really, it's just the process. It wasn't even more like a plug-in. It was just like I just submitted. I had an agent. They submitted me for a role. They called me in for the audition. They called me in for a role. So crazy. It was a background role first.
Yeah.
And then because I wanted to meet him, I said, "Damn, I got to get around this dude. Let me do." And I started out doing background work first.
Yeah.
And so I got to the set, and I actually got upgraded on set.
Yeah.
He gave me 2 lines. Yeah, my scene was with Jasmine Guy, and if you ever seen the promo for "If Loving You Is Wrong," I was in all the commercials. I had 2 lines with Jasmine Guy, and that was one of the first speaking roles I had. And after that, shit started to really be like just off something simple like that started
Yeah.
to take off. And my agent was like, "You should move to LA. People, I'm getting a lot of calls about you."
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, because what people don't know is, bro, getting a line or two in this industry could take you years to get. I got this in my within my first 8 months
Yeah.
of being in the industry, working with one of the biggest filmmakers, filming this new studios, all of that shit within my first year.
Yeah. Man, look, let me ask you this. How hard is it? Because, see, a lot of people think, you just couple of headshots or, you know what I'm saying? You go to
Yeah.
Hollywood, and how hard is it to actually get placement, you know what I'm saying, to where you could even be on the background or whatever, you know what I'm saying? How hard is it?
Well, and for the background work was slightly easy because they damn near taking anybody if you fit whatever the scene is, you fit the look, they can dress you up because we need background. You just all in the back.
What they call them extras, right?
Yeah, extras.
Okay.
But it's two different extras. You got background. It's literally the different titles. Background, then you got feature. Feature mean you dare to be on actually be on camera. You might not say nothing, but you dare to be in
Okay.
that scene,
Okay.
part of the scene.
Yeah.
Extra, you could be all the way the fuck all the way in the back somewhere, and they don't see you. But I want to say this about for people that's watching this that wants to be in the business. I knew this from the beginning though, just off my own intuition. When I started out doing background work, I would show up every day like I was a part of the cast. And
Yeah.
nobody else did that. I came dressed like I was part of the cast, so I always stood out on every set that I was the background actor for, and I started to get upgraded in everything that I showed up for.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. He picked me out literally. He walked. So what happened was Tyler Perry walked. I was standing at this hill at the studio. I was all the way in the back, bro. This man walked by me in between breaks. This man didn't even look at me from what I could see. He didn't even look. He walked right by me.
Yeah.
Big ass dude. Tyler's huge. He walked by me. I'm like, damn, this is Tyler Perry. He get ready to film again. Somebody was messing up. He was like, nah, I don't like this. He said, he turned around. He said, you. I swear to God. He pointed to me. I'm looking like, and it's like, bro, it's like 12 people by me, bro. I'm all the way at the end of this damn line. This man pointing me out.
Yeah.
Pointing me out, bro. And he calmed me down. Once he pointed me out and brought me down, they started putting makeup on me, start doing all this other stuff. And then I got my lines like that. And he worked fast.
Yeah.
So when they say he do this shit, he shoot episodes, a whole season in like 2 days.
Man.
He worked fast, bro. He like, yo, he said, this line, pick up their action. Like he literally works like that. He told me to take my earrings out. That's when I go to interviews. If you notice, like today, I have earrings in on my headshots. I don't have earrings. I learned that from him.
What are some of the other nuggets that you picked up from Tyler?
I ain't gonna lie. My only really it's his work ethic. You know, one of the nuggets I picked up from Tyler that I incorporated into my business as well is that no matter how much he used to coming from nothing. So he believe in what he does wholeheartedly. He would invest all his money into his vision and his idea if he feel like you're a great partner, and plus for ownership. You know, that's why he's able to be a billionaire so fast because it's non-negotiable. You know, he's willing to put his own money up and use them for distribution because he didn't have a network. So he said, you know what, I'm gonna put my own money up. You don't gotta believe in me. I know my audience. And
man, that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key. A lot of us don't understand. If you don't own nothing, you're not worthy to sit at the table and have no conversations with us about money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get a chance to. You can be in a room, but you don't get to say nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what was the first role you ever had?
First role I've had, I want to say it had to be the Tyler Perry role. That was my first. That was my
Your very first role.
My very first speaking role. Yeah.
Man, God had plans for you.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I think along this journey, bro, he's like shown me that this is what he wanted for me because throughout my journey, even if I'm feeling down or so much time going between gigs, something always happened where it remind me like, nah, this is what I want for your life. Because remember, bro, I didn't grow up want to do this. I don't know nobody else from Fifth Ward ever to do this. So I didn't have nobody to call and be like, I want to do this. You got some game or some advice. I just jumped in it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
how did you go from being the actor to writing, directing, and producing the whole shebang?
Two things. So I went into acting. So after I did the Tyler Perry stuff, eventually I started to book a lot of role web series. I started getting a lot of work, and my name started to get big in LA. And so I learned how to write and do all that because, for one, go back to college. I used to get perfect scores on my writing.
Yeah.
But I never thought about doing movies. I said, damn, so in LA, when I started trying to hire writers for my ideas, they kept trying to steal my content. And I was like, bro, man, let me learn this shit, bro. It can't be this difficult, bro. And apparently I got something that they keep trying to steal it from me. I'm like, let me learn how to write this shit on my own. And then when I would be on set as an actor, you know, as a director, I know what I'm looking for in an actor because I'm an actor first.
Yeah.
So I know how to communicate with actors. So I'm like, I started to look at every piece of my journey and say, damn, I got all the tools and go back to sports. I know how to be a leader because I was a point guard.
Yeah.
All these tools in my life, I said, damn, like I have all the right tools. Let me just incorporate it into the film.
I was telling one of the guys I was talking to this morning, and I told him, I said, a lot of people complain because all they can see right now is the circumstance. All they can see is the situation they in right now. If they took a step back and got out their own way, got out their ego, they'll realize, man, God is setting you up for the play. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, man, things that happen ain't happening to you, it's happening for you.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be optimistic. A lot of people are pessimistic. The moment something happened, they automatically look at it as it's something bad happening to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's, that's dope, man, that God had been setting up the play the whole time. What was the first film you directed?
First film I directed, it was a series that I did in LA. I co-directed this and produced this with my boy Lex Maker. It was called Autographs. It actually never came out, but I think I might have sent it to you. That show had a lot of people that stars now in the show, but the show actually never came out. But I put a lot of people in that first shows in that one show, and I co-directed it with my boy Lex Maker. It's called Autographs.
Yeah.
Autographs the series. And even back then, this was in 2000 and I want to say 15, 2015, 2015, late 2015, early 2016. And back then, before stuff was even going viral, we was getting 50 and 60,000 views on our promos just for the show.
Yeah.
If that show would have came out, that show would have changed my life a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that's my so that was the stuff we was getting for my very first show. It's called Autographs.
Yeah. Man, you put Woody
Yeah.
in his first movie, the guy that played Bobby Brown.
Yeah, yeah.
How did that come about?
So actually, Woody was in my acting class in LA. He came, and as soon as I met him, see, people don't know this, but Woody was a background dancer for Chris Brown. And he really never had time to audition for stuff. He's like, man, like I really want to do this, but I'm always on the road because everybody that know to follow Chris Brown, he always on tour. And so he came in this class called a DFAS program with Dustin Felder, one of the best acting coaches in LA. Came in the class one day, man, and I was working on autographs.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, bro, I watched him in the class. This dude, I'm talking about Woody, was fucking spectacular, bro.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because before that, he really didn't have no acting lessons either. So this man was
Naturally.
amazing like that. And I was like, damn, and he actually booked the Bobby Brown movie in the middle of us doing autographs. That's the crazy part. On my Instagram, if you look on my page, I was actually on set when they shot the New Edition movie. I was on set when they did the dance sequences. Because the executive producer, Jesse Collins, that do all the BT Awards and all, he actually one of my friends as well, one of my mentors. So I was able to go on set and watch him do that. But that was his first project for sure.
Yeah, working with you.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Then you got from, Tyler Perry, you directing your own film. You had got the #1 movie on the Urban Movie Channel.
Oh, yeah.
How was that feeling, man, to like actually finally, like, you know what I'm saying, like get that recognition?
Yeah, that was pretty dope because I always got backstory, and I don't want to talk too much, but I want to give you context. So remember I told you I had already been booking roles by this point, right?
Yeah.
So this another guy named Mark Harris. He's a dope director. He did Black Coffee. He did a lot of cool movies, great, strong black content, and I knew who he was.
Yeah.
So this movie that you're referring to, this network is called All Black now, but it was UMC back then. So I acted in this film, and I actually was an extra in that. But I'm gonna tell you why I took the extra role, because I knew he had a bunch of people in this film that I knew personally that was actors.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to get around this dude. Let me humble myself. Let me just show up. If I submit for this and they call me to do this extra role, I'm gonna just show up.
Yeah.
So I'm there all day, bro. He just seeing me talk to all the people. Because most times on set in LA, bro, the extras don't be nowhere near the talent. Like, they keep everything very separate. You can't even communicate with them at all.
Yeah.
And so everybody was talking to me, talking to me. He's like, and he kept looking at me the whole day, bro. And so we moved to this last location. He was like, hey, you going to the next location, right? I'm like, yeah, you need me to? So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it's working. He's starting to top it over. But now I'm like, yeah, it's working. I'm like, So I go to the next location. As soon as we get there, bro, he say, "I got this lines for you. You think you can do it?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He gave me the script. It was for a waiter role, but it had some good lines. And I said, he came back to me in like about 10 minutes. He said, "You ready?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good. Let's go."
Yeah.
Not he don't know that I've already been booking roles. That's how I know some of the other actors.
Yeah.
I auditioned against some of these people. They come in these rooms with me. They will audition. They come out. I'm auditioning in some of the same films, so they know who I am behind the
Yeah.
scenes. But he don't.
Yeah.
And he told the same story at the festival, so that was cool. So yeah, that movie was with Brian White, Monica Calhoun, Terrell Hill, Jackie Christie. I'm talking about these are heavy hitters. Loretta Devine. If you watch a lot of these classic black films, these are big actors, and they put me in the media and the press. I went from an extra in that film
Yeah.
to being principal cast for them putting me in all the media and all the press, which I
Yeah.
think I might have sent to you for you to be able to see the cast.
Yeah.
Huge actors, bro. And it's like, but I put my pride aside and just had creative thinking, bro. So let me get in the space.
Yeah. You did what you had to do to get in the
Yeah,
room.
yeah, yeah. You have to, bro, because there's so many people in this business, bro. If you don't do it, somebody's gonna do it. And when people find out who you are, they're like, "Damn, that was noble," or "That was like creative as hell," and they make them want to work with you in the future. Like, "Damn, like that was dope, bro." Most people don't think outside the box like that, bro.
Yeah. Definitely. Then you entered the contest and won the 20K.
Oh, no, no, no. So the 20K was a show that I produced.
Yeah.
The Trap with the Prince family. That's one of the biggest, might be the
Man, they
biggest.
had like 17 million
Yeah,
in 6 days.
yeah. 17 million in 6 days. But he got the guy Talk to Pops got the actual numbers wrong. It was 17 million, but that was accumulative for the episodes. The trailer did like I want to say the trailer did over 5 million views in like a day and a half. So he got the numbers mixed up, but the show ended up doing 40 million views total
Yeah.
in a year. So and that also debuted number 2 in the world. And that's the first ever reality competition YouTube show ever on YouTube. And still to this day, nobody has still done another version like that.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. Like who are all like some of the big names that you gotten to work with so far?
Oh man, it's a long list. Oh my god. Oba Babatunde, Harry Lennox. If you ever watch his name, that's based from Five Heartbeats,
Yeah.
light skinned guy. Oba Babatunde is a professor from Haha.
Yeah.
I work with David Arquette as a white guy. They played Dewey in the Scream series, real
Yeah.
pretty big. I work with Jackie Christie. I work with Loretta Devine. I've worked with Woody the Great. I work with Kima Russo. I work with uh, who else, man? It's JJ Green, Chris Lofton from Power, the Power Force. I've worked with. I mean, I've worked. I'm trying to. It's a lot more people. Who else? I mean, that's a lot of people right there. I work
Yeah.
with a lot of people. All of pretty much, bro. A lot of the people we look up to and seen in films growing up, I've had an opportunity to work with them. Jasmine Guy,
Yeah.
uh, and that's on the acting side. Producing wise, I've also worked with more talent as well.
Yeah.
And I caught a lot of the talent before they blew up, actually, too. So that was cool.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. Man, let's get into Armstrong.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah.
I watched Armstrong, and I'm gonna say this: if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I feel like every teenage boy need to go watch that movie.
Yeah,
Cause see, I'm gonna tell you, man, like you touched on what I be on.
yeah.
That was a very powerful movie, man.
Thank
You know
you,
what I'm
thank you.
saying? Let's talk about it, cause it's a part on there that I really want to highlight with his
Yeah.
partner. I like how you put that touch in there. But how did
Yeah,
Armstrong
yeah.
come about?
Armstrong came out first and foremost. I got Sosa Lulu, man. I heard Tony from one of their previous interviews or conversations we had from episodes.
Yeah.
He touched on it. I always want to, when I talk about Armstrong, I always want to give him his credit because he's one of the, like Tony said, he's one of the best storytellers.
Yeah.
Really, in our neighborhood, he's definitely, man. If he get the right promotion, I think that he could really be something even more special and bigger as he continue to grow in his career. So I want to give him his flowers and his credit because without him, it wouldn't be Armstrong. And the next time I got to give flowers to Jerry because Jerry came to me with the idea to do the movie. I didn't know about the song. Jerry was like, "Bro, you have to do this. You have to do Armstrong, bro. It just keep being in my head, bro. I keep hearing it, bro. I keep listening to it." He sent it to me. I'm like, yeah, I like that, bro. because everybody that know me know I don't listen to a lot of rap, but if I do listen to it, I like stuff that talks about having
Content.
message content. I like
Yeah.
things that has messages.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, it sparked something in me, and I wrote that movie in like 3 or 4 days, bro. I was like, but also coming from where we come from, I was able to resonate with the song. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And a lot of black families and culture can resonate with that song as well if they listen to it. And so that's how that movie came about.
So for the people that haven't seen it, don't know about Armstrong, what is without spoiling the movie, what is Armstrong about?
Armstrong is about a 18-year-old kid who just gets out of jail, basically doing like juvenile life, I guess. He just gets out of jail, and he end up out of survival. He end up going back to what he know, what he was raised around, back to his habitat because he has to go back to that environment.
Yeah.
And he's in that environment, and he realizes, yeah, nothing's gonna change if I don't jump into this. Only difference is he jumped back into it very pretty quickly,
Yeah.
only because of his friend. Something that he thought would be something simple, he can just do a one off
Yeah.
situation, turned into something.
They spark the lifestyle.
Yeah, spark the lifestyle, sparked a whole lot of things. So
Man, it's a part on here. I don't want to give it away, man. You know what I'm saying? But his homeboy, he was getting ready to go do something. And his homeboy stopped. You know, I'm thinking his homeboy was gonna be like, come on, man, let's
yeah,
go. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
His partner was like, say, look, man, uh, bro, you sure you want to go do this? Cause you really ain't gotta go do this.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that part right there, man, was very pivotal because a lot of young men need more homeboys like that.
exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like nowadays, if you decide not to commit the crime or go along, they shun you, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you a hoe ass nigga. You man, for why I just can't live?
Yeah,
Why is it a problem? Because I want to be free. And
yeah,
for you to highlight that, you know what I'm saying, despite of everything else that transpired,
yeah.
I think that was dope, man.
Yeah, thank you. That was one of that was you're absolutely right. And when you go into so in detail, let me know that you really was like resonated with the film because it's a lot of some people said. I mean, a lot of people love the movie.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great reviews, but I like the fact that some people actually seen what I was the bigger message and some of the scenes that I was doing. There's a lot of things I'm gonna make touch on today about the film that I was trying to convey in this story. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I didn't want to make this overcomplicated story. I want to know people can watch it and be
Yeah.
like, see themselves in it. Or
Yeah.
come from this environment, see themselves in it. That was a turning point in the film because think about the whole film where we watched it, people hated the best friend, thought that he was a bad friend. But
Yeah.
in a moment where it really, really counted, he
Yeah.
said, bro, this is gonna spark something. This could change. You could. I mean, there's a lot could come from this. I'm trying not to give a movie away, but this.
Yeah.
You have to make. He left it in his court. He left
Yeah.
the ball in his court, bro, to make that decision. He had a sister, then he had him, and he was listening more to his best friend than his sister because
Yeah.
his like sister don't really know.
Yeah.
But the best friend, by that point, man, his ego. This movie, all in all, bro, this movie was about choices.
Bingo.
It's just about choices, bro.
Bruh. It resonated with me, man, because I was Armstrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I started getting in trouble young. And I ain't have no partner like his partner. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
come on, man, let's go do this. Let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? So man, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, man. It's on Tubi. It's free. Go support. It's really, really, really a good movie. It has a dope message in it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I like how you put that together, man. Well done.
Thank you. If I may, is it cool if I touch on a couple things
Man,
for
do
the
you?
film?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm so passionate about this story. Because I put things in the film, but if you notice too, I'm sure you noticed. But for those who watched it, I didn't really. I put elements in the film, but I didn't highlight the things that people would deem bad or whatever the case may be. I didn't really highlight them and make them look cool. What I did was I highlighted and said this is a part of this comes with this, and this is our reality.
Yeah.
And as a storyteller, I always want to have. Now in the future, I may do some films that don't have a big story to it like this, but when I'm doing stuff for our community, that's my way. That's through my art, my way of also giving back and also doing things and not glorifying and saying, "Hey, this is a part of it. You might be living this, bro, but you can have you have the choice, bro, to go do something different with your life, bro." Because in the beginning of the film too, when he first got out, he told his friend, "Why you ain't see me? No, why you ain't come see me or whatever the case may be." That is real, and that was a part of my story when I went to jail.
Yeah.
The people that like I told you off camera that was I thought was with me, that you go do all this stuff with that you don't that I won't say on camera, but you do these things with your friends that you don't, supposed to talk about. But it's like they don't. When you go to jail, who really got your back?
Talk about it, man.
Who really gonna send you something? Who gonna look out for your mama because when you out, you doing all this stuff to go make money. It's quick money, but you making all this money. But where is that at, bro? When we supposed to have my back at the time, because that's really what shows you. That should be your wake up call.
Yeah, that's when you really supposed to be
That's when
there.
you're really supposed to see. If you don't see it no other time, because you're not going through some of your friends when you got to go to jail and all that, and you don't really contest them.
Yeah,
That's the time.
yeah.
And for me, that changed my whole perspective, bro. After I got out of jail, bro, I look back. I never look back at that shit. So for me, when I do my art, I want to. When I'm talking to my artists, I want to make sure that they can get this and not an overcomplicated story, bro. That they get it and say, "Damn," and it sparks something in them, you know.
Yeah. Man, you did that. It was well put together, man. When you say you wrote in 3 days, right?
Yeah,
What
month
is
and a half.
what is your process when it comes to like writing? First of all, were you creative as a kid? I mean, like a vivid imagination.
Um, so I'll tell you this. I really didn't. I don't think I've had a big imagination like that because again, my whole life I thought my way of getting out of where I was growing up was sports. But I did realize, not to jump around, but I will say this. So the first thing I did was production wise in my whole life that I didn't think about until I got into movies.
Yeah,
Like I told you, I graduated 2 years late from high school. So in order to get a scholarship, I didn't want to put on myself. So I used old footage from my actual supposed to be senior year highlights mixed with me and regular clothes, putting together what I can currently do. And it's on YouTube. It went viral. It made the news, made the Houston Chronicle cover. And that's how I actually got the scholarship and off a video.
yeah,
I got with a kid from Cypress Woods my official senior year, and it was my whole idea was what I wanted in that tape. And that's actually looking back, that was the first thing. So I guess I was creative, but that was the first piece of creativity that I ever did. And so basically, my first thing I ever produced, bro, honestly, went
went
viral.
viral.
It went viral, like literally, bro. And I'm like, damn. So it's crazy, bro, because in your journey, you don't think about all of this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like until you actually sit down and be like, damn, I've been a producer, and I just didn't even know it.
That's why it's very important to take a step back and reflect
Yeah.
and enjoy the journey, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been and got to the end of the road, and then that's when you start looking back, but you done missed all
It's
the
hard, though.
yeah.
It's hard to enjoy that journey, bro. I next year going for me, and March is going to be 10 years in the business for me, and I'm still having to learn. And you know why it's hard not to enjoy the journey, bro? Because you might not have the finances. You sacrificing your whole life.
Yeah.
For the people that's really serious about what they want to do with their life, they're sacrificing their whole life, and then you may not see the changes. You chasing something every day that you don't know the day your life gonna change. And
Yeah.
if you didn't grow up seeing that, it's like that shit you can't fathom having this life that you can see in your head because everyday life, bro, is not what you picturing for your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And so it's easy to get sidetracked. And even for me, bro, with the finances, if your finances ain't right sometimes, it's like, man, fuck. Like, it's hard to enjoy the journey, bro, because this shit be hard. I'm talking about on another level, bro. I started my life over 3 times in 3 different states for this shit, bro. So it's like, and I couldn't enjoy the journey in that shit when I'm living in my car. So it was very hard to enjoy this shit. And you enjoy it when you book something, you be like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm on the right track. But in
Yeah.
that process, it's just human behavior, bro, to not enjoy it. You have to find something that takes your mind away from it, sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's not, I can see why people, the average person, can't enjoy the journey. Because I hear a lot of people say this when we do, but that's the reason why I feel like playing devil's advocate, why it's hard to enjoy it sometimes, bro. Especially when you get told no's all the time. You don't got mentors giving you game. You keep learning by trial and error. You like, fuck, it's trial and trial and trial and trial after another, bro. You're like, damn, bro, I'm giving everything I got for this shit.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's hard to enjoy the journey.
You know, man, I watch interviews a lot. And I feel like through an interview, you actually get to know a person. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who's interviewing, right? And one thing that I've learned all throughout me studying successful people is all of them went through something.
Yeah.
So many of them didn't hit rock bottom, right? So this is my perspective on it. If I see you do it and I really want to do it, and I really, really want to do it, I don't give a damn what I gotta lose or sacrifice. If I really believe I can do it, man, I'm down for it. Cause I know the end result. Just like how you were saying with Tyler, right?
Yeah.
Your story is similar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And a
sure.
lot of people go back and look at what age Tyler Perry was when he finally got that break.
Yeah.
And then look at where he's at now. So be mindful, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stop don't get discouraged, don't stop chasing it because the journey is rough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta, when you sit back and look at it, just like from what you've been telling me, man, I'm spiritual. I know God. Nobody has to tell me or none of that
Yeah.
who God is. I know who God is. So the moment you started speaking, automatically it started registering to me that he's had this for you the whole time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to say, hey man, I have faith. But when it's time to exercise faith, they can't exercise faith. So it's a bunch of talk. But if you really believe that God is who he say he is and he's gonna do what he say he's gonna do for you, it's cool. Just keep moving and watch him move. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You're right. You got to believe in something. I
Yeah.
ain't
I ain't saying it
you,
ain't gonna be
yeah,
hard, but
it's
you know what
gonna
I'm
be
saying?
hard. But you know what I think would help people too. Like I said, you watch a lot of interviews. I love watching interviews too, hearing people's stories. When you realize that's also what keeps you going when you feel discouraged or feel down. If you hear it and you realize, damn, I'm not being picked on in this journey. It ain't no why me. It's like shit. Everybody that's super successful went through some of the same shit. So I started to change my mindset and say, you know, damn, I'm on the right track. This motherfucker was homeless. I was homeless for sure.
Come on,
I'm
man.
like, I sacrificed all my money to pay for this show, and I ended up going broke because I really believed in something. I lost this car, this nice car, because I believed in it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna spend this money on this show because it's what I believe in. This could be it. All that stuff, bro. And I'd be like, I'm not being picked on in my journey, bro. So I started to change the way how I look at things.
Let me share something with you, bro. And I'm gonna say this to you on camera. Everything that you talking about right now, you know what God is doing? Preparing you.
Yeah.
So you don't need nobody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, Tyler went through so much by himself to the point where when it came, keep in mind, he put everything up. He no teacher. You know what I'm saying? You learn by trial and error.
Yeah.
But now, bro, you got to come play on his court. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man? What he got? How many billions he got now?
You probably got about 4 or 5. Yeah. Yeah.
To
And
think of the position that he started from though.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, God got a setup for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He went through. If you ever seen his documentary, you gotta go watch that. It just came out on Amazon Prime. He went through so much, and I realized I used to think my story is crazy. I used to think went from thinking I'm a black sheep, when really I was a special one out of all my
Come
siblings.
on,
And I'm
man.
like, damn, I wasn't a black sheep. I was actually chosen. Cause I look around, bro, and it's not how we feel and how we think, bro. It's not a lot of people that can actually think how we think, get up and actually go execute, because that's the difference. You know, you
Yeah.
can have people got ideas all the time, but how can you execute? And the only way you know how to execute if you actually go out and make the sacrifice and put yourself in those scenarios to go learn it, bro. And that's what I did. You know, I really did believe in faith. I believe in manifesting too.
Facts. Talk about it.
Yeah, so I had to, when you get in this business or with anything you do, it don't have to be entertainment, and you really serious about your craft of what you're doing, and you don't want to cut corners, you have to have, faith. You're gonna have to, I mean, because you're not gonna be able to make it in this shit out there, because bro, you're gonna be going in circles. And another thing, you can't chase money. So you have to, I'm manifesting, I'm saying to myself, like, man, this is the career I want, because I want to let my kids live out my legacy and my name. I had to make this journey be bigger than about money to me.
Yeah.
And so I manifested this. Once I got in, I said, God, if you bring me to this, I want to be one of the biggest to ever do this. And so me coming back to Houston doing things, all that was a part of me manifesting, and along the way, even though it's some BS, trying to get things established here, especially from working in LA, bro, it's slower here. I manifested me working at Paramount. I manifested me pitching shows to Paramount, being at the biggest studios in the world, bro. And I'm thinking about, I'm from Fifth Ward, bro. And I don't know one person who's ever been to Paramount.
Come on, man.
That's the biggest studio in the world.
And you there.
And I went 3 times. I filmed there for Amber Rose. I did 2 pilots for her on the Paramount lot, and then I pitched to Jesse Collins when I do all. He did the New Edition, all the award shows.
Yeah.
One of the biggest producers in the world. I pitched to him, and he like one of my mentors. And they'd be excited to see me and meet me. So these are all the type of people. So think about having the street connections, like still having your balance, being able to go back home, and then also being corporate and being able to have that balance and respect from both. So that was all a manifestation for me.
Talking to me now. Do you see the setup the whole time? You on the right track, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You on the right track because, and this is how you know you're on the right track. You ain't got to work hard to open the doors.
Yeah.
God open them for you. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you being on a trail, and this trail is going to lead you to a pile of money. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stay on that trail, you're going to get to the money.
Yeah.
You know, And I feel like God been using and setting you up, man, so you can be in this position that you are right now. Man, I seen that you did a was it a series or a documentary on the on sex traffic survivors?
I wrote this show. I had this idea because at the time, sex trafficking. I don't know if you remember, but it was real heavy because Houston's the hubs, one of the biggest hubs for sex trafficking.
Yeah,
And so, once I came across the story, I said, man, I want to do things because again, I remember I tried to do things that make an impact. So for
yeah,
me, I was like, damn, I don't really see anybody really talking about it because it's a $1 billion industry, and it can put your life in jeopardy to do it.
yeah,
And I want to take on a challenge. So once I wrote it, I'm gonna go back even further. So remember that they had the van. People was talking about people was getting snatched in the
the
vans.
white van.
Yeah, the white vans. That's
Yeah,
what made me spark to do that. I said, man, I want to dive into that. And so I had my friend, one of my producing partners that I met in Atlanta, Samara Simmons. She created the Survivor and R. Kelly thing, and I knew her, and I was like, man, I was like, let me go to her. I think she's very good at doing unscripted. So let me reach out to her. See if she's interested. And she immediately said, yeah. And bro, when I tell you, when I dove into that, that's when we put the announcements out that we was doing the show, and that's when I made the cover. And damn, I sent it to you. I made the cover of damn, what city was that? Baltimore, Baltimore Times. I ended up getting a story about me on Baltimore Times, and they was talking about it and highlighting it because people were scared to talk about it.
yeah.
And when I got with Tamara, we got ready to do it, bro. And when I tell you, bro, it was so heartbreaking. I mean, we had over 75 survivors. We talked to the Obama administration, people that was. I'm real heavy behind the scenes into doing that, and we're gonna probably gonna put it out next year. What happened was the pandemic ruined it for us. It pushed back, and then with the strike, it pushed back film production as well. So the last few years has been crazy for us. But that alone, bro, and I want to say this while I'm on camera, but I was very disheartened about from talking to all these racist survivors, males and women, that most of the traffickers, bro, were black men.
Hmm.
From all the stories, and I like that shit was heartbreaking, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't really think I was the same after that, bro. Hearing all these different stories on how they got set up, from friends bringing them in, it was always the black men that were. I swear to God, bro, I probably heard about 100 stories, bro, and I think I might have been a white guy maybe 5 times.
Yeah.
Everybody else is black men, bro.
Man, you mind touching on like one of the you ain't got to put nobody's name out there,
Mm-hmm.
but like what's one of the stories, you know what I'm saying, that you've heard?
One of the stories I've heard is that a black man, one of the black men stories that I heard about was that they would have a girl. I forgot, man. I forgot the name. I don't want to say the wrong term. But they would recruit basically a woman to bring other women, and then they act like having to get together and all that, and then they would get them on drugs, and then what they do is they'll lock them in the house, and they would never let them go, and then they start to mold them,
Yeah.
and then they'll send them out, and they keep doing that, bro. They'll send them out, and then they have a man to sit off and watch to make sure you can't even get away, bro. Like stories that I was hearing, bro, was crazy. And another crazy story was an Hispanic guy got at a massage place. They got him at a massage place, bro. And I was like, this shit.
What you when you say they got him, like what you mean,
They
like
basically
they
trapped
kid?
him in there, kidnapped him from there. Yeah,
Oh, so it's they kidnapped Nick, I mean
different
dudes
places.
too.
Yeah, yeah, the dude. That's why I said
Oh,
that's
it
what
ain't
was
it ain't it
crazy.
ain't just
Yeah,
it ain't just girls getting
it ain't
kidnapped.
just girls. It was actually this was a Hispanic guy. His name I almost said his name. I didn't say his name, but yeah, this is a guy. He's an advocate, so he always tells his story. But yeah, bro, it's not even just women, bro. It's men too, bro. They trafficking, bro. It's bad. And then they catch
Yeah.
and the most prominent women that's getting sex trafficked is runaways because they don't have nowhere to go. So they also leave. That's why most people kinfolk come up missing and you don't see them for years. Before you even find out they missing, bro, or do a report, they be all the way to fucking Atlanta already, bro.
Mm.
Atlanta is one of the biggest. Atlanta, Houston, and Florida is the three biggest sex trafficking hubs. But then they also once they get you over that border, they never find you. They not gonna find you, bro.
Yeah. Man, let me ask you this, man. You know, with when it comes to that topic, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that's tried to address that topic and, got threats and all this other stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
come with it.
Did you get any type of pushback from trying to release this type of information?
Other than making an announcement of us doing it, we haven't put out any footage, so we haven't got any. We're gonna get it though. We haven't got any real backlash. Now I will say this: since Tamara did the Survivor R. Kelly, his fan base is huge. I got more DMs about working with her because R. Kelly fans
Yeah.
than the actual sex trafficking thing. But I know once we actually put it out, bro, it's gonna be a very dangerous situation because, like I said, it's a billion dollar industry, bro, and it's gonna be so powerful. You see how big Survivor R. Kelly did? Just
Yeah,
imagine this being even bigger than that.
yeah,
And so the whole world is gonna watch this, bro. If we get the right platform to distribute it, and a lot of these people in the higher ups, even in the government. If you seen it the other day, some guy from the Pentagon was actually he's in charge of teenagers, and he was just got convicted of. He just got caught.
trafficking.
Yeah, for sex
Yeah,
trafficking in a sting. So that's how high this goes up, bro. That was an older white man.
yeah,
So if he's in charge of this specific thing, bro, to finding kids, but he's a part of it, you think you ever gonna find these kids?
yeah. Nah. So like, are you afraid for your life at all?
Nah, I don't feel nothing, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna
Mm,
be honest. I've already, bro. You can survive jail and different shit, bro. It's like that
yeah,
shit don't. But I'm more afraid for my kids because my family, more for my family than me.
man. Let me ask you this, man. With you interviewing all those different people, survivors, and you know what I'm saying, and you having kids,
Yeah,
does that mess with your psyche? Like, does that?
it does. And it also make me. It makes me also be more attentive to my kids and social media. And I had a problem with my son one time talking to strangers online, and that shit scared me. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they also pose as women,
Mm,
but it'd be creepy men behind the scenes actually, and I had to get on my son about it. It did go away, but and it's the thing you can't really monitor your kids all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what sucks.
yeah,
So that was a great question, and I had to actually spend it with my own son. And that was a tough thing. And I think he even told me one time when I was gone that some truck or some vehicle followed him.
yeah,
But for some reason, my son was super smart. Where he said he hid behind a car.
yeah,
But he remembered and he told me. And he lived in a really nice neighborhood.
yeah,
So like that was it bothers me, bro. And I got nieces. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And I couldn't imagine if my daughter or somebody. And that's what I don't get, bro. As a black man, it's like, bro, like you have kids, bro, siblings, and you just kidnapping. But they getting so much money, they being blinded by the money, bro. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And that shit is it's very, and it sucks to even kind of talk about a touch, but that's the reality of what's going on behind the scenes, bro. It's a whole nother world, bro.
yeah. Man, from talking to those survivors and hearing their stories, uh, for my listening audience, what are some of the tactics that was used to lure them to certain places? You know what I'm saying?
The party lifestyle. When you're dealing with teenage women, they already think they grown, or some of them think they grown. Some you can't tell, so they know how to recruit the women, bro, because they know probably not gonna go tell. Some of them don't have families.
Yeah,
Some of them it's like, and then some of them get used to at least they getting food, they getting a place to stay.
yeah,
And so that's kind of how they look at that, bro. And that's one of the ways they get you. That's probably the most consistent way that I heard the most of is that they get the girls that don't really have a family, like to run back to.
yeah. Man, so man, what's next for Mr. Trey Williams, man? Like what you working on? What you got coming up?
Uh, I didn't officially announce this, but I think Armstrong was coming. I want to shoot Armstrong
Two?
too. Yeah, yeah. Everybody like, you can't in the movie like that. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I might do it too.
So you
It's a franchise actually.
on this platform, you letting them know you finna do it
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the first time I'm saying it on the platform. It's gonna be a two, and I might go out. It's gonna be two. It's gonna be a two and a three.
Yeah,
Because it's about for the business. It's also about ownership. And it has an audience. It has this and two and three gonna have way more plot twists. It's crazy. And I've already added to the cast some bigger names to this film behind the scenes. So even when people don't see me, I'm behind the scenes working on a bunch of different things. So I'm doing Bloody Nickel. I'm doing three more episodes to that in January. And I'm probably gonna drop that in the summer and then I'm gonna shoot Armstrong too. And then I don't like to unofficially announce things, but I do have bigger partners that I'm working with that they just hire me to direct and produce, like some big name producers hiring me
yeah,
to direct some stuff. But I'll have to come back and talk about those when those are ready. There's a lot going on behind the scenes though.
yeah, yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Uh, before we go, for the younger up and coming or older up and come filmmakers that want to get to where you are, what are five things that's needed to be successful in the music? I mean, in the entertainment business,
Um,
in the line of work that you're doing, filming. What five things should they be focusing on to be successful?
I would say one, well, anything. If you're gonna get into just the business of this, maybe it is a business. The creative is great, but understand the business you're getting in. Research. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, I think you should find you a mentor. And I will say this, I'm gonna go to the other three, but I don't have a lot of time to talk all the time. But if you reach out to me, I think I do a pretty good job of responding to everybody. And there's a lot of messages. I respond to everybody, and I'm open to letting people come to the set to come learn. If you're serious about really wanting to do this,
Yeah.
I'll let you come to set and learn, and possibly give you a job, and you can learn at the same time.
Yeah.
Three, could it be acting too? Advice?
Yeah.
Headshots. That's the number one important thing you need as an actor. If you want to be a doctor, if you see yourself being a doctor, take headshots with the white coat on, and then go sign up on Actors Access. That's the biggest casting site in the industry, from Hollywood to Atlanta to everywhere around the world. It's the number one. You actually get calls from those commercials and everything. And however you see yourself for the roles you want to see yourself, take those headshots and also make sure that you only submit for those roles. You can shape as an actor. You can shape the way you want your career to go.
Yeah.
You don't have to just do hood roles because you come from that. Four, it's a lot. Four. Oh yeah, take yourself serious. Invest in your craft, and you got to know, depending on what part of the business you're in, either one, you're gonna invest so much money before you probably make a dime. That's very important. However you make your money, however you do it, this shit is going to cost you a lot of money. And most times, if you don't see yourself going broke behind this, you got to make sure, this is the question you need to ask yourself getting into this business. Before you tell anybody you want to do it, look in that mirror and be real with yourself and say, I can see if I wasn't getting paid nothing, I would do this because I love this and I'm very passionate about this. Don't get in this chasing the money. Please. If you don't listen to no more advice I give you today, don't get into this looking for money. I go broke all the time investing all my money into this shit because you have to learn by trial and error. We don't grow with the connections to learn this shit.
Yeah.
And if you're really serious about it, I'm not shutting nobody away from Houston. This is my fifth thing is I would tell you, bro, honestly, this is the truth. It's not shitting on Houston. This, to be honest, in Houston, the film market here is not, to me, it's not realistic because I'm only saying this. I love what everybody's doing, but I come from doing it in LA.
Yeah.
And so I've seen how this is really supposed to go. And so I think that, and Atlanta, so I think that you should go to those markets. I don't care if you got kids, don't have kids. Nobody cares about your backstory on that until you make it.
Yeah.
If you really want to do this, you need to go where the key markets are first to go learn. That's why I'm able to come back and be able to film in Houston because I went to go learn it at a very faster speed from in front of the camera, behind this camera, and I learned set etiquette. A lot of people don't know set etiquette.
Yeah.
You don't reach out to the director or producer of a project for the most time directly, bro, if you're trying to be extra. And if you ain't prepared.
Yeah.
Most people are not prepared. That's gonna be my sixth game. Come prepared.
Yeah.
It's not my job to teach you that. You need to come prepared, bro. Come prepared. I could really give you 10, but then I'll just stop it at 6. I'll stop it at 6. So hopefully that I gave, well, I wasn't rambling too much, but I think that's my
good.
six thing. I'm very passionate, bro, and there's so much that I can really give because people hit me all the time, and I'm trying to give them so much information in one conversation. They think they can get it all from me. And I'm gonna say this on camera, bro. If you come to me and I answer to you, and you don't use the information that I give you, I'm very adamant about that. I don't like wasting my time because time is money, you know. And I really genuinely want to see people win, especially if you're from Fifth Ward. I take very much pride into people that come from where I come from. You know, I want to really see you be successful. I'm willing to also employ you if you're serious.
Yeah.
You know, and you see my projects. A lot of people that's in our shows is from our neighborhood. Yeah. For the ones that were serious about it.
And it's good quality work, man. It's real good quality work, man. Before we get out of here, man, how can they get in touch with you, man? You got a social media.
The floodgates. My Instagram is the number one. It's the number one, and then Trey Tray Williams. One Trey Williams is my Instagram. That's the best way to actually ask me. I don't have Facebook. I've deactivated, but Instagram is going to be the number one where you reach me. Sometimes, if you don't follow me, if I don't follow you as well, those messages are going to go to requests. So don't get offended if I don't respond to you right away, bro, because sometimes I don't even be knowing this stuff in there.
Yeah.
Um, and that's it. I just wanted to say, I don't know if you had another question or another
Nah,
thing,
you
but it's
good.
one. It's just one thing I want to say that I always have to leave, and because I know a lot of people gonna watch this, and I love your platform, bro.
Thank you, man.
I've been went to go do my research as well. Watch some episodes. I think like very organic. I think this is dope. I love what you're doing, and I want to say, and even from the reason why I also came on, bro, because I seen how serious you was about doing. I went when I went to go watch. I said, oh, he's serious.
Yeah.
And as I told you before, I this is the first interview I've done. I really because I go people come to me, I go research their platform, I go research and see, okay, this is a fly by thing or this is something they're really passionate about doing. And I gotta give your credit as well and
Thank
say
you, man.
I'm very proud and excited for what you're doing. I'm looking to
Appreciate
build
you, man.
you and for people that's watching you, because you got a lot of views, your videos are going viral. I want people to where we come from, bro, is to get rid of the excuses.
Yeah.
I sacrificed my whole life for this. I got into this shit. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nobody in this business. To go from where we come from, Fitwell, like I said, literally 50 Fitwell is probably the biggest hood on the north side. If I can come from that, bro, and I don't want to over talk, but I feel like I might be the only and the biggest filmmaker that's done what I've done in the history, probably of Fitwell. I don't know anybody else that's from our neighborhood that's done this. And if I can do this, and I'm still growing, I'm still
Yeah.
getting better, I'm still growing, but I'm grateful
Yeah.
how far I came, and I have done it long enough to be able to give back and be able to help. And if you come to me, you serious, bro, I really want to see us win, bro. I'm going to launch something for kids, where we're going to train kids from a young age. It's going to kind of be like the Breakfast Club in the summertime. Starting next summer, I'm going to have where the kids get auditioned to come because I want it to be a prestige. I want it to be where people earn and kids earn the right to come be a part. And it's going to be free for your kids because a lot of people are like, oh, my son do this. I want your kids to come out. You have to take yourself serious, bro. If you're gonna do this, and you can really make it in life, bro.
Yeah.
I'm still making it. I got something that's gonna probably hit next year. Where my life is probably, and I'm gonna say it here first.
Yeah.
It's probably about to change my life on a completely different dynamics.
Yeah.
And you'll see what I mean once things start to come out in the media. You'll see like, damn, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be able to come back, bro, because I'm not too big for my neighborhood. I want people here to win. I'm gonna say it 30 times. I want y'all to win, bro. I want you to win.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. First of all, man, I appreciate Tony.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For making this happen because the moment he told me the story, I'm for it. And the reason why I'm for it is because, bro, I come from nothing. One day I'm gonna tell my story.
Yeah.
Bro, I come from nothing. I've really been raising myself for real. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that walk around. I hate weak men, bro. I swear to God, bro. I hate weak men. I hate men that make excuses about why this happened and this. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can make it. You can actually make it. And that's what my platform was about. I wanted to bring men on here, men and women that's come from the struggle, that had the same hardships you had, that overcame, to show you, man, that ain't no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody keeping you down but you. And our people need to know that. Man, I'm for my people, man. I'm for my people. It ain't like I ain't gonna get nobody else on here. But right now, I'm building us.
Yeah.
I'm building us, man, because we really the cream of the crop. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And people need to realize, bro, there's no. I'm gonna give 7 pieces of game.
Yes.
Because again, this is just based on the conversation I have. I think that too. I've got people that kind of get attitudes if I don't respond in a right amount of time, and also too, people are very needy, bro.
Yeah.
And it's because they don't know a difference. And I'm trying to tell y'all, I can only explain so much to you. You have to get out of your own journey, bro, and go make them on your own sacrifices so you can process the information that I'm giving you.
Yeah.
I can give you a book of information, but if you never sacrifice to understand it, it's no use to you, bro.
Yeah.
You can't halfway want to do nothing in life, bro. It ain't just about this business. Anything you do, bro, in this environment, bro, if your friend, you got 10 people around you, nobody see no different, bro, you're not gonna want to go do different because that's what you're around 24/7. I have to leave, bro. I started my life over 3 times from scratch. And now I got friends all over the country because I was able to put myself there, bro. I didn't give a damn if I lived in a car. I didn't give a damn if I lived. I remember in LA, bro. Like you can keep it or not, bro. But I used to live in LA. I slept in the garage in my car in LA because I financed autographs, $10,000 and the show never came out. I got homeless behind that shit in LA, but I still didn't leave. I stayed, bro. I figured out a system. Slept in my car. All that, bro. And I would get up and go take showers at 24-hour fitness. I go play basketball for 3 or 4 hours after I go sit at a coffee shop all day and I write. It wasn't no fucking excuses for me.
Yeah.
Cause I said I ain't got nothing to go back home to. And you know, a lot of my friends, even Tony, you see people where I'm from coming back to the neighborhoods, like it's not very inspiring, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we got a lot of rappers and they're talented, but I think a lot of them, if they was to also move and go to, I hate to say it, if they would move, they would go to different places, bro, that they would be even more successful, bro. We got to get out of your comfort zone, bro. You're not going to be able to expand in that comfort zone. And that'll be my last piece of.
Nah, you good, man.
This is
you
a great
good.
conversation, bro. So I'm just really.
Man, you good. We vibing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I remember when I was getting out of jail, out of prison, one of the guards, you know, when you get ready to state jail and TDC is different.
Yeah.
But when you getting ready to get out, it's like the little program or whatever, the last little before you exit. And one of the dudes said, man, when you get out of here, if you want to stay out, you have to change the people, places, and things. And at the time, I was like, man, this nigga don't know what he's talking about. I'm young. I done did 6 years. It's going down. I'm finna go home. But as I got older and it came time for me to really change, I realized that I couldn't continue to live the way that I was or be in the environment that I'm at and at the same time won't change. So I left everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I stopped really talking to everybody. Motherfuckers couldn't understand it, but it wasn't about them. It was about me.
Yeah.
I was trying to change. You know what I'm saying?
6 years. Did you feel institutionalized when you got out? I did, like I said, total of 6 months, 4 in the state and then 2 in the county, for a total of 6 months sentence what I signed for. And bro, I got out, bro. I felt weird as shit. And to today, I still think, and this was so many years ago, bro. This is then over 10 years ago, and I still feel like it still affect me, bro. Like I don't really leave my room, bro.
Yeah.
If I ain't working, I'm literally could be in my room, and people that live with me can tell you, bro. I literally live in my room, bro, and I won't even go outside sometimes. And this is over 10 years ago.
Man,
so imagine 6 years and 20.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think I was institutionalized,
Yeah.
but I have some institutionalized ways. I'll say that because when I was while I was in there, man, I read a lot. I kept my mind. I knew I was coming home as long as I ain't killed nobody. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew I was coming home. So my mind was, bro, I was skinny as hell when I went to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being real with you, bro. I was skinny as hell. Man, I get in there, get to work, and I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I want to come home and show them, like, man, I done got fine. I know how to, you know what I'm saying? I know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so my mind was, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna get myself together, and I'm gonna show them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done got myself together. Now, I like being alone too, though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I think and operate and function a whole lot better if I have some time to myself. It ain't got to be all day long, you know what I'm saying? But I need that isolation. So I don't know if that's institutionalized or not, but I would say that's probably, you know, maybe my most institutionalized way. Man.
Yeah. I just imagine my dad at 20. He went in like 16 and he got, I think 16 if I'm not mistaken, 17. One of them numbers. And when they go back in again for 5, he recently just got off parole, literally, like probably maybe think like last month.
Yeah.
Or 2 months ago. And so like just imagine like for him, his life is freaking crazy. But yeah, bro. So yeah, I still think people around me that's never been to jail be thinking I'm weird. I'm like, bro, like I can go without talking, bro, but I can also still be on set with 50 people. You know, I can still go be in film. I have a balance. But being alone, bro, I'm able to think clearer. And it's addictive too, bro. When you start realizing how peaceful that shit is, you like, bro, oh my God. And then people get the message, they stop calling, they don't really bother you.
Yeah.
You know, then you see who really for you too. That's another test.
Yeah.
Most time you realize, bro, you go do that, you'll realize nobody's gonna fucking call you, bro.
Yeah.
And that also help make some better decisions.
Yeah. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got like my own little room at my crib.
Yeah.
And that's like my little area. Bro, sometimes I be feeling guilty, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I be in the same house, but this my room. I close that door, man. It be so peaceful in there. I done been in, I might be in there 3 hours and be like, man, let me go in here and let the family know I'm still here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause like you said, man, once you understand how valuable peace is, You know what I'm saying? Like you really want to hold on to it every opportunity you get, man.
Yeah. And I think that's part of mental health too. You know, men, people don't give a damn how we feel, bro. A majority of the time, the men we expect to provide this and this, but nobody really. It's up to us. And I like the fact this generation now, we speaking on it more as men. We actually saying how we feel. Like we not robots, bro.
Yeah,
You know we want us to pay bills and do all that, bro. But damn, nobody ever thought to stop and ask us, damn, how you feeling today, bro?
yeah.
You know,
I think that's because we're just led to everything is about perception, man. You get what I'm saying? Perception. That's why I named this a different perspective. Because sometimes, man, your perception is bullshit. You know what I'm
yeah, it
saying?
is.
Like when I say that, I ain't saying you, but like how you just said, men can't express their emotions. Who the hell came up with that?
Yeah, for
Who the
sure.
hell came up with the fact that we can't express how we feel and still be a man?
Yeah,
See, nobody know who came up with that, but this is the perception that we've taken on. So when a man do come and say, "Hey, baby, man, like, man, I'm this how I'm feeling," oh, you crying, you know what I'm saying?
that's why. You know, men don't want to seem weak to women. You know, and I hate to say it, but for the more majority of what men
But who
do,
came up with that perception though? Where did
I
that
don't think it's a
perception?
perception. I think it's more we just see some people's actions
Yeah,
when we do it. I think that's where it comes from as an individual. Like you said, if you're talking to your girl and she's saying you're crying, of course you're gonna feel like I can't express myself. So I think we reacted
yeah,
to somebody else's actions and we like, you know what, and then some people also use it against you.
yeah,
So I think we just reacted, bro, to somebody else's action, and I think that's how we adopted that
yeah,
perception.
yeah, man. Like I said, man, this has been a hell of a conversation, bro. Man, you're a very interesting person, man. And
Thank you,
and
thank
and, and I know you got something big up your sleeve
you.
because the
Yeah,
way the look you gave me when you was like, yeah, you gonna be hearing about such as you know what I'm saying. That let me know it's gonna be big. So before it even happened, man, congratulations,
yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
congratulations, man.
You doing film too, right?
Huh?
You doing films too, right?
I want to.
Yeah,
When the casting come for Armstrong, I want in, man.
I bet we can make
Even
it
if I
happen.
got to be a background, I want in.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you see the projects and my friends that's in the shows, I can pretty much work with anybody that's serious.
Yeah.
As long as you can take direction, good. We can work, come over together. You know, let's make it happen.
Man, y'all hear that? I'm gonna be the next Denzel. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
man, again, man, I thank you, man. I thank you for taking time out to come sit down with me. I really, really appreciate that. Like I'm not just saying that just to be saying it. I appreciate it, man, because you're a very valuable person. You're an asset. You know what I'm saying? So for me to have this connection with you, to be able to have, build a relationship with somebody of your caliber, man, I really appreciate you, man.
Thank you for the invite again, bro.
Thank you,
Loved it,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Dope interview.
Thank you. With that being said, man, like, comment, share, do all of that, man. Let me know what y'all think about the interview, man. Y'all tap in with my bro Trey. Until next time, man, I appreciate y'all.